Hi everyone. In this video I am going to explain about the Fourier transform derivation of a non-periodic signal from the Fourier series of a periodic signal. So Fourier transform, Fourier series, Laplace transform. We have seen the types of transforms in the beginning of this series of lectures, and Fourier series is completely for periodic signals, and Fourier transform is for a periodic signal or non-periodic signals. Okay, so in order to analyze or in order to represent the non-periodic signals in the expansion, we have to use the Fourier transform. Okay, so first, what do you mean by Fourier transform? Fourier transform is a non-periodic signal is going to be represented in terms of the frequency domain terms like x of omega, where the signal is represented as a spectrum. The signal is represented as a spectrum because it is a frequency response of the time domain signal. Okay, now let us relate how a Fourier series is going to be used to get the expansion of the Fourier transform. Okay, so let us take two signals, say x of t as a non-periodic function, as a non-periodic function, and xt of t as a periodic function or a periodic signal. That means this x of t we have to use to write this expansion. We have to use Fourier transform, and xt of t has to be written with the Fourier series because it is a periodic signal. Okay, then the relation between these two is given by a non-periodic signal x of t is written as x of t is equal to limit t tends to infinity xt of t, nothing but a non-periodic signal can be written as limit t tends to infinity xt of t. So infinite terms are there. In that we are taking only one part to represent as a non-periodic signal. Okay, and the Fourier series of this periodic signal is given by Fourier series of a periodic signal is, so Fourier series of the periodic signal we have already seen xt of t is equal to, and its representation is summation n is equal to minus infinity to infinity Cn e power jn omega naught t, Cn e power jn omega naught t. Okay, so what do you mean by Cn? Already we know, where Cn is nothing but a coefficient, where Cn is given by 1 by t integral minus t by 2 to t by 2, or simply you can take a t naught to t naught plus capital T xt of t, because we are taking the signal xt of t as the periodic signal, so xt of t e power minus j n omega naught t dt. Okay, and we already know what is omega naught. Omega naught is equal to 2 pi by capital T, fundamental period of the signal. Okay, so these are the terms involved in this Fourier series xt of t. Okay, now just in order to simplify this and to convert it into a Fourier transform, we are doing some manipulation. So take this t onto the left hand side. So tcn we can write it as integral minus t by 2 to t by 2 xt of t e power minus jn omega naught t dt. Okay, now let us assume this n omega naught as omega, and this t time is extending to infinity. Okay, so let n omega naught is equal to omega and t tends to infinity, So what happens when t tends to infinity? See this, take this term omega naught is equal to 2 pi by t. So omega naught is equal to we have taken it as 2 pi by t. If you take this as infinity, 2 pi by infinity, then omega naught becomes 0. Okay, very otherwise we can say omega naught is very small as t tends to infinity. It is infinitesimally small. Okay, we can represent this as simply d omega. Okay, we will see that. Now substitute that in this equation and make this t tends to infinity and e power n omega naught becomes omega. Then what happens? So tcn is equal to limit t tends to infinity integral minus t by 2 to t by 2 xt of t e power minus j n omega naught becomes omega into t. This is dt. Okay, now take this limit inside and take this integration outside. Just interchange these two. Then integral minus t by 2 to t by 2 limit t tends to infinity xt of t e power minus j omega t dt. So what about this one? Limit t tends to infinity xt of t. Already we have taken this as x of t. So simply substitute, okay, simply substitute x of t in place of this one. And as t tends to infinity, you can take this limit. When limit goes inside, this t is applied here. So this part becomes infinity, and again this part also becomes infinity. So integral minus infinity to infinity x of t e power minus j omega t dt. This is actually t into cn we have started with, and this is now equal to, we are taking it as the Fourier transform of the given signal x of t. So this is x of omega. So what is x of omega? Fourier transform of the given signal x of t, a non-periodic signal. Okay, so this is what x of t is, and this is the Fourier transform of the given signal. Okay, now we are going to derive the inverse Fourier transform. Inverse Fourier transform. This is Fourier transform. So inverse Fourier transform, let us take this xt of for inverse Fourier transform. Xt of t is equal to, so what is xt of t is equal to Fourier series. It's a periodic signal. So Fourier series expansion summation n is equal to minus infinity to infinity cn e power jn omega naught t. Then what is cnc? Here tcn is equal to x of omega. Tcn is equal to, okay, this expansion, and we have taken this expansion as x of omega. So from there tcn is equal to x of omega, and cn is nothing but now x of omega by t. But what is t? And the relation between t and omega naught is equal to 2 pi by t. 2 pi by t. So it is nothing but 2 pi by omega. So cn is nothing but, we can take it as t is equal to 2 pi by omega naught. Substitute this in this, that implies cn simply becomes x of omega into omega naught divided by 2 pi. Now substitute that, that is equal to summation n is equal to minus infinity to infinity. What is cn? X of omega by 2 pi e power jn omega naught t into omega naught. And we have taken this n omega naught as omega. So that is equal to 1 by 2 pi summation n equal to minus infinity to plus infinity x of omega e power j omega t into omega naught. So omega naught, what is its value? When t tends to infinity, omega naught becomes very small. We can say that it is an infinitesimally small. So we can represent that with a simple d omega. Okay, this happens when t tends to infinity. So xt of t, apply limit t tends to infinity on both sides, x of t is equal to 1 by 2 pi summation n equal to minus infinity to infinity, limit t tends to infinity, x of omega e power j omega t omega naught. So when t tends to infinity, this omega naught becomes d omega, and the summation represent it in terms of integration, and limit t tends to infinity. Okay, xt of t is nothing but x of t. Already we have taken in the beginning of this video. So x of t is equal to 1 by 2 pi integral minus infinity to infinity x of omega e power j n omega j omega t j omega t d omega. This is what the inverse Fourier transform of the signal x of omega. Okay, so x of omega is nothing but integral minus infinity to infinity x of t e power minus j omega t dt, and x of t inverse Fourier transform is nothing but this is inverse Fourier transform. Okay, again I will write Fourier transform. X of omega is equal to integral minus infinity to plus infinity x of t e power minus j omega t dt. Okay, so this is Fourier transform of the signal x of t. Okay, Fourier transform is applied only on the non-periodic signal. Clear? Suppose if you want to write the magnitude and phase of this signal, magnitude mod x of omega, magnitude of Fourier transform mod x of omega is equal to real part of this x of omega square plus imaginary part of this x of omega square under root. This is the magnitude. Mod a square plus mod b, mod a square b, root over a square plus b square. Okay, and phase of this x of omega is nothing but angle of x of omega is equal to tan inverse of always imaginary b by a. Okay, so xi of omega divided by xr of omega, imaginary part by real part. Okay, in the next video I will explain about the existence of Fourier transform. Thank you.